The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural.
It was foretold that the Sith would rise once more, my friends, and today we're gonna go over how the Sith have come such a long way in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, because this is when the Sith have been the most powerful they ever have been, and with Darth Traya starting to be in the real world out there in people's accounts, things are going to be pretty Sith heavy for quite a while, I think. So, ladies and gentlemen, on the screen right now, what you're seeing are some Sith compositions I tossed together, and in my opinion, these are the best Sith leaders you can have in the game right now. Obviously, there are others such as Darth Sidious, Count Dooku Savage Press, but they are not nearly as good as these Sith characters right here. So what we're going to do is take these Sith teams and battle up against the Palpatine meta so we can kind of see how good are these Sith teams. I don't expect all of them to work well, but let's go into what is the most popular and probably the best, even when considering Darth Traya, and that leader is going to be Emperor Palpatine. So let's go and hop into battle and go up against the meta here. So with this Palpatine team that we have with Vader, Cyan, Nihilus, and normally in Sith Trooper spot you'd put Thrawn, but we're showing solid Sith teams right now. Really all comes down to whose Vader goes first, so we can get the Culling Blade, because Emperor Palpatine's leadership, besides increasing the health and potency of Sith and reducing it for enemy Jedi and Rebels, for example, we're also getting bonus turn meter anytime debuffs are expiring on the enemy. And then when we get this bonus turn meter, we get the train going. And let's see here, let's just go open up the stun. And besides seeing who goes first, it also comes down to whose Palpatine gets the most stuns. If you're stun locking the enemy, you're in a great shape here. So let's go get Cyan's pain going. Once Cyan gets his pain going, he's going to taunt like crazy. And I think even without Thrawn, this team is still going to do very well. So let's see. As long... they got our Nihilus stunned right there, but that is fine. Let's see if we can maybe ability block. Cool, we got their Nihilus ability blocked. We have to make sure that their Nihilus doesn't go too crazy on us, because it's all going to come down to... It's all going to come down to who also gets their Nihilus to get out there and start annihilating all of our characters. There we go, bada bing, bada boom. Let's go apply some shock. That's fine. That's one reason why we have Sith Trooper in there, is because in case, let's say, Cyan got fractured, Sith Trooper would be taunting and vice versa, because I want to protect the front three characters right here, because they are critical. Can we get another ability block? Perfect. And we should be getting our Annihilate quite soon here. Let's see, we're still doing okay. All right, Cyan still has shock on him, so he shouldn't be taunting. Now I don't want to use our stun, because then their Cyan's going to start taunting like crazy. Let's just keep applying shock to everyone. All right, let's get another ability block on their Nihilus. Perfect. Excellent. Once I get their Nihilus out of here, I'll feel a lot better, but it's just taking a long time, because one thing we're going to kind of mention a bit more is with the Sith Triumvirate, Nihilus is getting a ton and a ton of bonus health every time I'm applying a debuff to Cyan. Can we finish off their Nihilus? Hey, there we go. So now we can go and get stun happy on the enemy. That's fine. Now he can taunt like crazy. I already took out their Nihilus. I could probably put this on full auto and call this a day. So that's pretty much what it's going to come down to, is being able to get just controlling the other team. And by far, this is the best Sith team right now, and you can put whoever you want in Sith Trooper spot, but the most popular character to put in Sith Trooper spot is going to be Grand Admiral Thrawn, so it won't be a full Sith team, but as you see, even without Thrawn, you can still kick some major butt with this team here. Here we go. And it's pretty much game, set, match right there. So this team is very good. This is the most popular lineup to use out there. But what we're going to move on to next is Darth Traya. Darth Traya is starting to show up on more arena shards out there. And pretty soon in the future, probably if you're watching this video months ahead of when I release this, we're going to start seeing a lot more Darth Trayas be used. All right, moving on to our second Sith leader. That is going to be Darth Traya. Now, it's probably not relevant for many people right now because she's still just kind of showing up in people's own accounts out there. But a few months from now, if you watch this video, Darth Traya might be running wild out there, and in my opinion, she's the second best Sith leader out there, and that seems to be the general consensus of the community. When she's leading, Sith allies, they have like increased critical avoidance, they get increased potency, and they also penalize teams that rely on one another. So when they attack out of turn, they lose health. When they get buffs out of turn, they lose offense. So it's a team that really fights up against Commander Luke Skywalker, Jedi Training Grade really well. But this team we're going up against, the Palpatine lineup we have here, that's kind of the most deadly team to kind of conquer Darth Traya on both offense and defense. So here we go. Darth Traya has quite an awesome kit to play around with. We're going to try to figure out who we want to isolate. I probably want to go and isolate their Darth Nihilus so he doesn't get all this turn meter. And at the same time, I get to reduce the cooldowns of my own Darth Nihilus. But for Darth Traya, one of the things I want to point out is it's really not her leadership I'm the most impressed about. Honestly, if I was running Darth Traya, I would want her to be in Palpatine's lineup somewhere because, geez, Palpatine with Darth Traya is quite deadly due to the fact that Traya's unique ability allows Sith allies to self-cleanse themselves. So that's the problem. So as we see here, Palpatine's got a lot of debuffs, but in a few short moments, we should see him self-cleanse all that nasty stuff off him. All right, let's see how much damage we can do to Palpatine. Woo! Goodness gracious. Another reason why Darth Traya is just so good. So much damage output from her, all of her abilities. It's not even funny. So there we go. And I can annihilate their Nihilus. Bada bing, bada boom. And I kind of feel confident we can probably just auto this from now. I mean, it's all going to just come. Look, Darth Traya's got so much stacking protection. Anytime that we're getting debuffs on my allies, Traya just goes nuts with all the damage output, or all the stacking protection. And there we go. That was quite an easy battle. Again, Palpatine and Darth Traya, if you're going to leave the video right now, main takeaways, Palpatine and Darth Traya, in my opinion, are the best Sith leaders you can possibly have in the game right now. But the great thing about Palpatine is he's a pretty easy character to access, and Darth Traya is still going to be a while before even myself and many others out there can access her. But long story short, for the rest of this video, just keep in mind, Palpatine and Traya are two of the best Sith leaders out there at the moment. And next up on our list is going to be our friendly neighbor, Darth Maul. Just look at that face. It's like he wants to invite you over for a cup of tea and a slice of cherry pie. I don't know what I'm saying right now, jeez. So the reason why we're showing Darth Maul is because one of the ways to beat Emperor Palpatine, is one way to coin the term, one of the ways to beat Emperor Palpatine is being able to get out there as fast as possible and outspeed Darth Vader, whether that's a Thrawn lead or in this case, a Darth Maul lead. Because of Darth Maul lead, our Sith allies are getting 20% turn meter, so hopefully we can start out the battle before their Darth Maul, which in this case, we did. Now we're going to show how Darth Traya works in this lineup, because without some sort of buff controller like Thrawn or something of that sort, it's going to be hard to get around Scion's taunt. So without Traya or like Thrawn, Darth Maul is kind of garbage against Emperor Palpatine because we get stuck behind Thrawn or their Scion the whole entire game. Let's see how many stuns can we get. All right, we got a couple right there. Let's go and inflict our pain. Okie dokie. All right, they're going to get their turn meter going, but luckily we still have some time to buy us. Let's work on their Emperor Palpatine a little bit. Now, this might be really crucial right here. Darth Maul is a fine counter to Emperor Palpatine's leadership, because if we apply a bunch of dazes on the other team, they're not going to get any sort of bonus turn meter. All right, that's actually perfectly fine. Let's see how much damage we can do to Emperor Palpatine. Oh! Can we give you guys an instant replay of that? Holy cow!
Jeez! Jesus Christ!
Darth Traya is quite an insane character. All that damage output and control. One reason why we're showing this video, just besides the fact that we're showing all the variety of Sith teams out there that can work, Darth Traya, whether you like it or not, she's going to be quite prominent in Arena down the road, and I'm not sure if we're going to see any huge counter to her anytime soon, because usually raid characters, as of recently, the developers put a lot of work into making sure that they stay pretty good for a while, such as General Kenobi and the reworked Han Solo. But Traya is going to be a solid character, and I think if you're trying to beat Emperor Palpatine and you don't want to try using your own Emperor Palpatine, Darth Maul might be the trick right here, because of the fact that he can outspeed the other team's Vaders. He has the daze on his ability, and if you have Darth Traya, you just control their Scion, and because of Traya's unique ability, we're constantly cleansing the Sith, so no matter what debuffs they're applying, we're able to self-cleanse ourselves. All right, let's see here. Let's see how much damage you can get on Darth Vader. Praise the Lord. Goodness gracious. Oh, it's insane how much damage Traya can put out. Traya might be the best Sith character out there. I mean, aside from Emperor Palpatine and Darth Nihilus, but just her sheer amount of damage output and control over the enemy is just pretty insane. And I think for those who are going to unlock her, as you're seeing, you're going to get a lot of use out of her. But now that we're winding down from our top 3 Sith leaders, let's move on to number 4 and 5, which are arguably not the best in Arena potentially. So the number 4 best Sith leader for Arena, I think, is going to be Darth Nihilus. Now, at one point, his leadership was pretty decent way back when, but mainly he has a lot of health steal, and all of your protection gets converted into health, so your team has a huge health pool to work with. But the problem is, well, you need Traya and Darth Nihilus to even try to get this lineup to work, because of Emperor Palpatine's shock, it pretty much eliminates 75% of Darth Nihilus' leadership, because it's all about health regeneration, and as we know, Palpatine's shock kind of counters health regen. So that's one reason why you want to consider, if you have Traya and you want to make Darth Nihilus work, I guess you really need Darth Traya. But if you're having Palpatine and Traya on this lineup, I don't know why you would want a Darth Nihilus leadership, unless somewhere down the road it became important for Darth Nihilus to be a leader, but as of now, I can't see that being the case. Okay, so let's go isolate their Darth Nihilus here. Actually, let's isolate their Darth Nihilus, slow them down a little bit. Let's decrease the cooldowns for our own Nihilus. And, oof, all right, let's see how much health regeneration we can get. Look at that, we're pretty much at 100% health regeneration, and that's why you need Darth Traya, because you need your Sith characters to get out of the stun lock or out of the shock in order to regain their health back, and that's pretty much crucial. I don't think there's any way to get around that whatsoever. All right, so let's see here. All right, let's see if we can get under the protection of these characters. Perfect. Okay, all right, let's see how much damage we can do to Palpatine. Not as much as Darth Maul or the Emperor Palpatine leadership we showed a while ago. That's fine. Let him get fractured. I'm going to apply shock to their Palpatine. All right, got some health regen back. Let's increase some more cooldowns here. And it's just, Palpatine bit the dust. He is out of here. So, but again, I just don't see what the purpose of a Darth Nihilus leadership is if you already have Palpatine and Traya. But maybe down the line, it might become a bit more important. Let's see, keep working on that. Take out their... There we go. Now it's pretty much game, set, and match. So we'll just go in full auto. But again, this lineup with Darth Nihilus only worked because we had Darth Traya. If we didn't have Darth Traya in this lineup, I don't think... There might be ways to do it. Maybe if you had Fracture, it might work. But you need a cleanser of some sort, because once there's shock on your Darth Nihilus team, there's just really no way for them to heal themselves. And with Darth Traya being in there and her unique ability being almost a second leader for your Sith team, I highly recommend, if you're going to run Darth Nihilus leadership just because you like the idea of it, you really need Darth Traya for that constant cleansing. So we're going to let the battle roll out, and let's move on to our last battle with the Darth Vader Zeta, something that's a bit harder to make work in Arena nowadays. If you don't have Emperor Palpatine as the leader, you don't really see much of Vader in Arena. He really relies on an Emperor Palpatine leadership, and I'm going to make some adjustments to this because I don't think this lineup will work at all. So I'm not going to show the whole battle here, but geez, Sidious just got wiped out. The reason why I'm showing you a brief snippet of this is because without Traya, Darth Vader lead most likely won't work because we're stuck behind Sion's taunt. This battle was already over within 15 seconds of me trying it out. Having Darth Sidious and Vader, it sounds cool in theory to stack up all those damage over times, but really, it's almost impossible to make this lineup work out. So now we're going to put Darth Traya in, because I think if you even want Vader to work as a lead, you need Darth Traya, because as we saw, we just got stuck in stun locks and all these debuffs. And again, as we mentioned before, one of the ways to beat these Palpatine lineups with Vader is being able to outspeed them. So having Sith Assassin in there to get that bonus turn meter helps Vader and all of his fellow Sith get that head start in Arena. So there we go. Let's go and isolate. We don't have to worry about isolating Sion because we're going to self-cleanse all the pain. I'm going to isolate their... Let's isolate Nihilus. All right, it decrease the cooldown of my Nihilus, increase all of their cooldowns. All right, we still haven't gotten Vader to do his thing. There we go. Now we got the damage over times to start putting some damage on this other team here. All right, I'm going to... Let's see, if I stun Palpatine, most likely Thrawn will just come around and then cleanse him off. So let's go just stun their Thrawn. Perfect. Get a big hit on their Thrawn. We're going to finish him off first this time. And hopefully Trey is going to take a turn here soon, and I might be able to just completely obliterate their Palpatine. All right, there we go. Coaling Blade. Their Vader is out of the picture. There we go. Got Coaling Blade, or our basic going. All right, how much damage can we do in a Vader team? No offense up or anything. Oh, that was pretty impressive. I mean, Darth Vader, in case I forgot to mention, the benefit of Darth Vader is the damage over times never go away on the enemy. You can't cleanse them until Darth Vader is finally defeated. And the other benefit is turn meter reduction for Sith and Empire allies that damage the other team. So that was pretty good. And we got the increased damage output, increased offense under Vader lead. So night and day difference with Darth Traya. So I know this video is mainly titled, what are the best Sith leaders out there? But the main point is, if you don't have Darth Traya, really Emperor Palpatine leadership is your best bet, because we already know that works great even without Darth Traya. But if you want to do things like Darth Maul lead, Vader lead, or perhaps let's say Darth Nihilus lead, Traya is crucial to kind of make that team work, because without Traya, Sith just get absolutely destroyed with all the damage output they're doing, with all the debuffs that get applied to them. With Darth Traya and her self-cleansing ability and isolate, it's a nasty combo. Night and day difference with Darth Vader's leadership. But again, if you have Traya, you probably want to mess around a Palpatine lead or a Darth Traya lead, or if you're dealing with really speedy Palpatines and you want an all Sith team, toss in Darth Maul leadership, because you'll just outrun the other team's Emperor Palpatine and Darth Vader. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this video and kind of got a little tour of the Sith in Arena. Full Sith teams are the thing right now. It's a dark side meta, but really it's a Sith meta right now. And if you love Sith, this is now the time to take full advantage of it. And with Darth Traya being more available to a lot of players out there as time progresses, you can really make a lot of great Sith teams. And I can imagine Darth Traya will keep Sith relevant for quite a long time. But you guys, let me know down below, what's your favorite Sith composition out there? Who's your favorite Sith character? Let me know. Love to hear your thoughts. And if you did enjoy this video, go ahead, leave me a like, comment down below, and subscribe so you're not missing a thing. And as always,